Hello friends, welcome to How to Balance channel. This is Data Engineering stream, and today in this video we are going to see our first practice session. And you know that I'm learning data engineering, and this is learn with me data engineer. That's a more idea about it. So I have already gone through the tutorial, and now I'm going to try practicing it. And please join with me in this session, and so you can also practice it on your lab. You might have already seen a couple of my videos where I have already uh, demonstrated how to set up your data engineering lab in your laptop. Now in this video we are going to see how to create an Apache Iceberg table from CSV using Spark Notebook. And I just wanted to give you a brief background about what I understood as Apache Iceberg format of the table. It's kind of a framework, and Apache Iceberg provides a framework, provides API interaction methods for other tools, uh, be it Rust, Python, or any other programming language, Java, to create and manage tables on a data lake. So mainly this is metadata, and actual storage is provided by this ADLS, or like a data lake solution, which here in our case is MinIO. So and the table is organized using metadata, which again is stored in the catalog. The catalog for us is Nessie. So Nessie provides a GitHub-like catalog, and it also hosts the metadata, and the metadata actually takes us to the manifest list, and within that we have manifest, which actually tells us the how the data is organized. So this is my overall understanding of the Apache Iceberg architecture. So and let's get started. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments section. All right, let's go into the notebook where we actually plan our section. So this is our lab notebook. So objective, ingest a CSV data into Apache Iceberg using Spark Notebook. Start our VM. Our VM is already up and running, so you can see here it's already up. And start our Docker containers. Yes, Docker containers are also up. I already made them up using this command. What I need to do is go to my location where my Docker composer file is kept, and then I bring it up. It's already up. If you want to know how to bring them up, refer to my previous two videos, you will know it. And log into the Spark browser. So Spark Notebook. And I already logged in here. You can see you're already connected here. This token is very important that you will get to know from the Spark log file. You can see here. This is the token ID. And I already mentioned about this in my previous video. You can take a look. Observe the home page. We have two folders mainly. So this is the home page of this Jupyter notebook. You can see here there is a notebooks folder and a sample data. So if you go into the sample data folder, the project setup already has a worker corps.csv. We are going to use this CSV file. We are going to load this CSV file into our Apache Iceberg table. So in the notebook, it's empty. I mean, it's the default one. We are not going to use the default one. We are going to set up a fresh one. So let's get started. Now let's create a new notebook by going to the notebook folder and load the CSV content into the Apache into Iceberg table using Spark. So the content of the new notebook is this. So let's create a new notebook. Okay. Okay, I don't have permission here. All right. Fine, it's no problem. We'll create it here itself, no issues. Yeah, first we'll create a new notebook folder. What's the problem? Lab notebook. Okay. Let's go here, create a new Python playbook. And let's copy paste the content. I'll just walk through the content as I understood. This is again coming from the tutorial, so maybe if I'm conveying something wrong, please correct me. So import PySpark is our library, PySpark.sql for a SQL interaction. And this only is going to last for this session. And import OS is for importing the environmental variables from the OS. So these are again variables. You're going to print them. I think we made a change here. We don't let just to read the variables. This won't work. Did it work? Yeah, it worked. But let's see. Okay, so I guess there will be an issue here. So I need to supply the actual. Maybe we will supply it. Let's see. See until here if it runs fine or not. This already they should respond here. Okay. All right. Is starting the Apache Spark. Let's wait for it to start. Yeah, Spark is running. Okay, that means it's working. So now let's run these two commands. Yeah, Karen is busy. Okay, yeah, it does. It does. All right, it loaded. Okay, read the file, loaded it. Okay, let's create a view. Okay, well, let's do one thing. Let's run the whole playbook. All right, let's run everything together. Okay, so I think it finished it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see if the data is there or not, right? So let's go to the MinIO. Already connected to the MinIO console. And you can see here the table is created, worker corps. See, yeah, I think if you recollect, this table comes from the Dremio CSV injection. And this one is Spark injection of the CSV file. So the table is created. You can see data. This one Parquet file. There are 20 objects in here. Yeah, and metadata, JSON, arrow, and so the manifest files and metadata and manifest list and manifest. So this is the current snapshot of the data, and you can have various versions of the data as well. So so this is our bucket, right? So workhouse, warehouse, sorry. So many records. If you want, I think we can see all the records also. Let's say the name of the file. Practice one. All right, maybe we can, instead of limiting, let's see if it can show all the table. Now we cannot see, we cannot run this views again. Let's try only the select operation. Should see, yeah, only showing top 20. It says so. Last time 10 records we limited, now it's only top 20. But anyway, this is it, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I really did this for the first time, but it works wonderfully well. I hope it works for you as well. In case you see you face any issues, feel free to comment on the comment section, and let's learn together. Thanks for staying with me until now. If you really like this video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to How to Learn channel for more learning videos. Thank you. Bye.